Hey guys, how's everyone doing? So unfortunately there's another recall that just came out, and this one's really serious, and it's one I never even heard of before. And it's something I want to bring to you because it's something that could be fatal. And it's so important because it involves one of Honda's best-selling vehicles too. So let me go ahead and get into exactly what just came out, and you can see if you or maybe someone that you know has one of these vehicles that can help them out, because it is a very serious one. So I want to make sure everyone's aware of this problem. Okay, so like I was saying, you know the recalls have been ramping up, and it's not just Honda, it's across the board with manufacturers, but Honda particularly has been going through quite a bit recently compared to the last 10 or 15 years. But this one's a big one because it involves potentially 406,000 vehicles, and that's how many are involved in this recall. So it's a big number, and it affects the 2016 to 2021 Honda Civic. So you know that's a very popular car. Hence why there's 406,000 that's being recalled, because they've sold a ton of those. So more than likely you or someone you know has one of these vehicles because it spans those years. But then here's where it gets a little interesting. So what the problem is that some of the accessory aluminum wheels on these vehicles may not have the correct steel bolt seats, which would cause the lug nuts to get loose and could actually lead to the wheel falling off completely. So you can definitely see the severity of that if you're driving down the road and the wheel just completely comes off. And it has nothing to do with torque settings. No matter how much you torque the wheel, inside the wheel, no matter how much you torque it, it could cause the lug nut to actually loosen up no matter how tight you make it. It has nothing to do with the torque settings not being correct or too light or whatever. It's actually a manufacturing defect. And here, this is a screenshot here from Honda's own website. It discloses this recall that they have going on for these model of Civics, if you want to take a look at that. And then here's also the picture of the wheel. Now, I've never really seen this wheel in person. Maybe you guys have, but it's one of the accessory wheels that Honda sells. So that's where it gets a little interesting. So 406,000 vehicles could be affected, but they're saying it's probably a small number because there's not that many of these wheels sold. So as an accessory that you could purchase when you buy the car, you could purchase it after you bought the car, but it's something that Honda sells as an accessory. And the unique part about it, if you see here in the picture, it has a red stripe that goes around the whole wheel. And that is the one wheel that is affected. It's made in Italy, and they're saying it's not manufactured correctly. So more than likely, there wasn't too many of those accessory wheels sold. I know the majority of people that get wheels, they get aftermarket wheels. And then this wasn't a stock wheel on any of the vehicles. So that's the good news. Because if it was a factory wheel on a vehicle when you buy it, it'd be a lot more cars affected by it, of course. So they don't give specifics on a certain number of it, but they do want to check. If you get a letter, they want to make sure that the wheel is correctly fastened on there and it doesn't have any issues. So that's the reason why the number is so big with the Civic, because it's going to cover a lot more people. Instead of just saying if you have this wheel, then you have to come in. If you don't, you're fine. They want to double check and make sure the wheels you have the correct steel bolt seats in them. So that's the reason why this number is almost 500,000 vehicles. So again, there are people out there with this wheel. I know that. So that's why it's so important to get this checked, because you could just be driving around and the wheel flies off. And they said they can loosen up. So it's not something to do with, just snug it more and you'll be good. It's just it's a defect. So it's a real serious problem. So definitely get your Civic checked out if you have these wheels. And here's the recall number, so you can refer to this when you call your local dealer to schedule an appointment. And it says here that they're going to start sending letters out on December 9th. So you have a little less than a month. But like I said, I always like to get ahead of these kind of things. So definitely if you have this wheel on your vehicle, call your local Honda dealership, refer to the recall MMZ, and then they can get you set up an appointment and get that double checked. And if it needs to be replaced, they'll give you new wheels. And again, nothing's certain, so not sure what they would exactly replace it with, because they don't make these wheels anymore is what it brings out. So they'd have to give you all new wheels. So that would be something that have to be disclosed later, and kind of something up to Honda to decide what they value the wheels at and what they would replace it with. But again, I want to make sure all you guys are aware of this. So if you have this, please get it checked out. or if you know somebody with it. Like, I personally never seen these wheels, but you know, maybe you guys have. So let me know in the comment section if you've seen a car drive around with these. I'd like to know, because I've never even seen them when I first saw the picture of them. But again, I hope everyone's having a good day out there, staying safe. I appreciate it. If you have any questions, comments, leave them below. I'll get right back to you. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks again, everybody.